did pretty well in the Midwest back in 2008. I'm joined tonight by R.T. Rybak, mayor of Minneapolis and vice chairman of the Democratic National Committee. R.T., great to have you with us tonight. What's your response to what you're seeing tonight, the conservatives out and about coming strong for Rick Santorum?
Well, first off, it again proves that Mitt Romney cannot win in the center of the country. The closer he gets to people, the more they run away. And now the latest flavor of the month, which is apparently Santorum, gives a clueless speech that shows that he's out of touch with the middle class, too. The fact of the matter is the Republican message has become so extreme, they can't decide who's more extreme than the other, but they're way out of touch with the American people.
What about Mitt Romney? He is not selling well in the middle of the country. Can he overcome this enthusiasm gap, or does tonight start a much longer and tougher run for Mitt Romney that he might not be able to overcome? What do you think?
Well, you know, Ed, I was out tonight in the western suburbs, just west of Minneapolis, what would be left of what's called the moderate Republican Party, if there is such a thing anymore. And Santorum won that area. If Romney was going to win anywhere, it would be there. But the biggest thing is that there were very few people there. We had a smaller turnout than 4 years ago. So there's a huge enthusiasm gap for Romney. The others can't decide where to go. And the fact of the matter is, the single best organized campaign is not Romney or Santorum or Gingrich, it's Barack Obama. And the Obama campaign never gave up the grassroots. We had a great turnout again here tonight. And we're going to do what we did 4 years ago, is look people in the eye and do what Mitt Romney can't do. We're going to tell them the truth, we're going to deliver, and we're going to win.
What about Rick Santorum is this a night that might put him on the ticket in one way or another? I mean, we're seeing Mitt Romney not being able to score in the middle of the country, and if he wins in Colorado tonight, this, of course, will give Rick Santorum more states than anybody else. As far as delegates is concerned, that might not mean as much, but it's certainly going to buy him a lot of headlines and a lot of media attention. But does this make him a player on the ticket? If he doesn't get the nomination, that he would possibly be a very strong vice presidential candidate because he is scoring well in the Midwest? What about that?
Well, he won tonight, but after a clueless speech like he just gave, I can't wait to have the contrast be played out. Here this guy wraps himself in the idea of the middle class. Where the heck was he a couple months ago when the president was fighting for a middle class tax cut? Where the heck was he when the president saved the American auto industry that's making 1 million more cars? Let's go to Indiana, let's go to Michigan and Ohio, and let's talk to voters, Santorum, Romney, whatever, and let's talk to them about the fact that 1 million more cars are made in America today because of the president's leadership, and they would have let it go. So I don't care who they put on the ticket. They're clueless.
Well, it was interesting listening to Rick Santorum tonight. He says that President Obama wants to rule over you. And the theme of his speech there a moment ago was he thinks he knows better. And he also made a pitch to the Tea Party crowd. Is he becoming more extreme? And he, of course, really focused on President Obama tonight. He thinks he knows more than you do. What about that?
Well, has anybody ever looked at Rick Santorum's voting record? Talking about somebody who thinks he knows better, he's wanted to shove his morality down the throat of America since the beginning of his political career. Look, if he's about getting out of our lives, get out of our bedrooms, get out of our value systems. But Rick, please don't try to tell us that you don't want to rule America. You have been trying to shove your values down our throat since you started out in politics. And then he took some time off to go. Go ahead.
RT, do you think that the most recent news cycle, last 48 hours, with the contraceptive news out there and the Catholic Church, and do you think this helped Rick Santorum tonight?
You know, it's an interesting theory, Ed, and it may well be true, but the fact of the matter is, the key issue here is clearly about putting people to work. And the fact of the matter is, the president has delivered 23 straight months of private sector job growth. That's the fact. Yeah. That's where we're going to stick. And you know, Santorum has always been about this idea of using right-wing, zealous values to try to distract people from the core economic issues. People need to be put to work. The president has been fighting for the middle class. Trickle-down economics didn't work under Bush. It wouldn't work under Romney or Santorum. Stick with the president, and let's focus on getting people to work.
Mayor of Minneapolis, Vice Chair of the DNC, R.T. Rybak, great to have you with us tonight. Thanks so much. Now let's turn to MSNBC political analyst Richard Wolff, Bloomberg View columnist and MSNBC political analyst Jonathan Alter, and Aaron McPike, reporter for Real Clear Politics.